Yeah, do whatever you gotta do. And we're here. Just talk.
It feels a little awkward.
At
nice
first
and
it-
close.
Oh, yeah. And kind of
Whisper in your
close.
ear. We decided what we're talking about.
Michelle.
Lisa.
And we're both 40-year-old women learning about ourselves. Our second puberty.
I like that you say that.
It's exactly what it is. And it's because we're learning.
Absolutely a life-changing experience.
Yes. Like even with me, like being on like the hormones and stuff, they're talking about like, oh, well, that one, you can get acne. I've never had acne a day in my life. I better not.
Well, bitch, I started getting acne when I turned 40. I never had acne when we were younger.
I never had acne. Like I would have like the occasional like pimple here and there. The only difference that I can tell like now is elasticity. Like I don't
want to talk about that.
like
neck.
under here. Yeah. You're always like, anytime I see that kind of, you're just like, that'll never be me.
No, for real.
Oh, I ain't never gonna have that.
And now I'm watching every...
Yeah. We're considering that chin strap. You ever see that where people like
Dude,
sleep?
I've seen somebody with like a whole face thing on the other day. A whole face thing, yes. And it holds their face tight. I really considered that.
You're like, bitch, it's only $4.
Fix my face. Put it back where it was.
So there's that, but then there's also, I don't know how shitty the medical system is when it comes to just women's healthcare.
No, and so I'm glad we're bringing that up because that is a big deal to me. The difference in having a male doctor and a female doctor.
Dude.
Like how we talked about there should be no male gynecologist. Women's bodies are so much more complex than men's bodies. It just makes more sense to have a woman care for you.
Yeah, like we've talked about, ladies, we are just expected to take care of others. You raise children and you clean your house. You know what I mean. And then now you're hitting this age to where you're realizing how much you've neglected yourself. And that's super hard because now, 40, looking into everything and you're just like, oh, great, I'm not crazy like my male doctor wants me to think.
Mm-hmm. Everything's anxiety or
Yep.
your weight
Yep,
or
you're
your
fat.
hormones.
So hormones, but also it's like, well, that's just a part of life, ladies.
Correct.
But then if you were a man and you're like, hey, doc, testosterone, and they're like, oh, that sucks, brother.
Yeah,
Here's testosterone.
No, yeah. Here's
But-
some Viagra.
Yeah,
You can
right.
have whatever you want.
It's fine. But little ladies, it's just a part of
You'll
life.
get through it.
Yep.
You're going to get through it. Hot flashes go away. It is a part of life, but we are taught to suck it up. Whenever you're a mother, you have all this stuff and you feel like you're going and going and going and you feel like you're crazy just because you're a mom, right? Because you have all this stuff going on. You have so much on your plate. But then they don't tell you that when your kids are grown, lessen that load on your plate, you still feel crazy. That's where I'm at right now as far as my 40-year-old changed my mental health, especially because I had a child young.
Yeah.
I had a child when I was 17.
Baby boy.
I've been a mom literally more than half my life. I've been a mom for almost 24 years now. So now that my kids are getting older, I'm having detachment issues, mental breakdowns. And I'm learning too that some of these, it's something that I've always had, but I just accounted it to being a mother. I have anxiety because I have to do this and I have to do that and I'm overstimulated and I'm overwhelmed. Well, now I'm 40. I don't have to do all that, but I still feel that way.
And I can't even imagine because it's like I have Jax, but you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's different. And he just turned 14.
Right.
Like you've been doing this for over 20 years. I can't even begin to imagine. I told Emily, I was like, I feel like my head is just spinning. One day it's just going to stop. But then it's like, what does that even mean? That's just that gut feeling that I get.
Is it going to stop though?
I don't know.
I'm freaking waiting for it to stop.
I don't know. That's one thing about, we've known each other like our whole fucking lives.
Yeah.
Middle school. And I was like, where was I going with that?
Bitch, we've been 100 different places. I just talked about 4 different things in one sentence. I don't know what the fuck is happening. This is a 40-year-old brain.
Right.
We do not know where we're going.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Make sure you get that checked out because
Yeah.
that is a problem that can be fixed.
Absolutely.
Like,
Then I'm even like learning perimenopause, menopause, ADHD.
dude, yes. We can talk about that. That
Oh,
part. We can definitely talk
gosh.
about it. And we're doing it right now.
Yeah. Like here we are. We didn't say what this is actually going to be about.
Right. Winging it.
Yeah, we're just going to talk because there's so much to talk about. There's so many things, just even outside of like our own personal health and everything. Like the world, everything's on fire.
Yeah, I could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
Just in the last year, I've learned a lot.
It's probably the last 3-4 years that I have really like a lot of eye-opening things. You
Yeah.
know, like, because I'm one of those people, like, I'm seeing this with my eyes. You can't tell me that I didn't just see what I just saw.
Well, and I've always been like on the, conspiracy side of things. Growing up is something that we talk about. I'm the weirdo. The people that I talk about with it are the weirdos. I mean, I believed it, but I didn't believe it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
the shit is in your fucking face.
Yep. And then we also have like everything's videotaped. We have all of this technology to where you have all these old head motherfuckers running the country that are like, ha, they're never gonna know.
And they made technology to brainwash us, which it has worked in a sense. Like it has definitely fucked our society up. Am I cussing too much for this?
No.
However, it's kind of also backfired because some of us are not as brainwashed as others, and some of us know exactly what is going on. There's still some of us out here that are semi-smart and semi-pay attention and fully care. We 100% care about other human beings.
Also, it's just one of those educating yourself. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not I'll take your word for it type bitch. Like I will not be doing that. One of the biggest eye-opening things for me was, and I remember even being so scared to even talk about it on my platform, Israel-Palestine.
Yeah.
I was at a point in my life to where you see October 7th and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Why would they do that? And then you start looking into it and you're like, if I put myself in their shoes, kill or be killed, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Free Palestine all day. People who have only listened to people and only learned certain way have not taken the time to like go to a library, even just a documentary or something. They're just like, no,
They don't even take the time out to start to figure out where they should find their research from.
Yep.
People are also believing what they see on the news and they're believing what they see on the internet. You don't even get to see everybody else's news, like all around the world. You only get to see what they allow you to see. A lot of times too, people will just base their opinion off of what is really seriously fake fucking news. Fake fucking news.
And then you have a lot of headline readers. People that will just see the headline of a story and be like, I know it all through and through, baby.
Because this is what it said. And then we'll cite their source. And then not even know what the fuck they're talking about.
You get blocked or something.
Love those ones.
Again, like going back to what I was saying is, I remember when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And seeing it and saying like, oh my God, that's crazy. But being younger and not asking questions first, I was told, well, they did it because of our freedom and our religion. And it's just like, so then they had me fearing every brown any, like, it was just like, ooh, like Iraq, oh yeah, Middle East, even that on The Guardian where they had that letter to America from Bin Laden. It's one of those things, like, I'm not saying that he was a good dude, because I'm not saying he wasn't, but why he said that
we did it. They're like, bitch, you're crazy. There's no way that we did that. Yeah, we did.
I just don't even, just where we are right now, where our brains are and how they're still developing and just understanding and realizing things. How does any person, I don't care where you are politically, how does anybody believe the government? Anybody. We're all being lied to. When Democrats lie to other Democrats, you have Republicans that'll be like, oh, they're lying. Why aren't you saying something? And vice versa.
My Facebook and one of my friends posted Donald Trump and, made the statement, just posting the greatest president alive. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I'll puke.
Are you fucking... First of all, there is no great president. None. There's absolutely not a single good person in Congress, in politics, in the government. Everybody knows what they sign up for when they get into those positions. So, ew.
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
It's all profits over people.
Absolutely. And you don't matter. Every person that is supporting all this bullshit, all you're doing is putting yourself at the front line to make the sacrifices that these cowards will not do for themselves.
Yep.
They're having you support them so that you are sacrificing their self while they're still going golfing and everything else, because you're brainwashed enough to believe that you're doing the right thing, but for who?
People who need food stamps and need help when it comes to being able to afford food they're being told like, our money doesn't need to be wasted. Taxpayers' dollars don't need to be wasted on sugary, unhealthy things. So you're cutting things back to people that need help. But then you have Pete What's-his-fuck that spent 19, was it was either 9 or 19 billion dollars on lobsters, on steak, going and doing all this shit of taxpayer dollars. Why would you not be furious about that? Or when they stopped people's food stamps and you had all of these perfect fucking people that are like, well, work harder, get a better job, whoop whoop whoop. You're shitting on all of these people instead of turning around and looking at majority of people who need government assistance work for Amazon and Walmart. You are a class fucking traitor, and you should be going after the rich fucks who can afford to pay the people that are in the same fucking class as you.
Absolutely. Because I work hard. There's no such thing as working fucking harder. I work hard. I have worked since I was 14 years old. I worked 2 jobs from the time I was 19 until I was at least 38 or 39 years old. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. So if I'm working that hard and I'm putting in that effort and I'm working the extra hours and the overtime and I still can't survive it, imagine somebody else that doesn't have the opportunities that I do because they are not physically well enough or capable of doing it, or, you know, single mothers that have not, you know, I went to school. I got certifications. I have more resources. I would say I would have more resources than some other people, and I'm still fucking struggling. So to think about those people that don't have the same resources that I do, imagine being in that position, and then you're taking away the only peace of mind that they have, the only comfort that they have, knowing that they're going to be able to feed their fucking children, or somebody that's too old because people will not hire you if after a certain age. So you're taking away from them because you don't want to pay for them because they're lazy. Lazy where? Why? How? That's lack of compassion and empathy. That's not treating somebody like they're a human being.
Thing is we're not born that way. We are conditioned. People who are like that has just been, I feel bad for you. That's again with being an empath. It's like, it's so frustrating and it makes me so angry, but at the end of the day, I feel bad for you. What a horrible, miserable fucking life to live.
These are also probably the same people that, you know, don't reach out for help, and they do go through more misery than other people. You know, I don't know. It's easy to be hateful when you're miserable. It's easy to be hateful when you feel like you've worked so hard and you're not getting any further. You're not getting any handouts. So let me be a hater for somebody else.
When in all actuality, none of us should be struggling.
We should all be helping each other. And it's that type of mindset that keeps people from helping other people. I didn't get any help. So why should I have to give what I made? What you put out into the universe is what you're going to receive. Okay. And I've learned that on my own. I will give my last dollar, but it's because I know I'm blessed. I don't give a shit. You can have the shirt off my back because I am fucking blessed. What I put out, I receive. The law of attraction. When you are a kind human being, kind people find you. When you give, then the universe will allow you to receive. The perception is just wrong.
You get back what you put out.
Absolutely.
Period. One of the things where people are like standing at a street corner asking for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, anything help. And they're like, oh, they're probably going to go buy drugs. Who fucking cares what they do? I don't care what they do. Like, if they're saying that, and people are like, oh, there's scammers out there, you are absolutely right. All I know is that I had good intentions. I did something good. They got to deal with, if they're lying and stealing and shit, that's something they have to deal with.
I was that person. Like, when me and such were together for a long time, he used to always, you know, take like handfuls of change out of our cup holder, and I'd be like, dude, stop giving those people our money. Just like, it's just change. Some of those people might go get drugs, but some of those people don't.
Moral of the story, who are any of us to judge? That's not my, like,
I know that's right.
You know, Cheddar, don't. Oh, she's trying to.
Come on, girl.
She's trying to get up in Lisa's lap. Cheddar, everyone.
She's a lover. And I'm itching my ear. That's perimenopausal.
Oh, dude. Look, that's where this whole conversation really started. Let's bring it back now that. But I also think that this is great because there's so much to talk about.
Absolutely.
There's so much to talk about.
Because we do this every day.
Yeah.
If it's not on her couch, it's through a text message, and we like literally do this all day long. There is so many changes in our body when we're turning 40. There's so many changes in the world. There's so many changes in our own personal lives, which is also taking us back to addressing the fact that we're freaking 40 and need to take care of ourselves.
Yes.
Because like I have children who are grown and, you know, things are happening in their lives and I need to be well for them.
And again, just realizing that you have always, whether it's for different reasons, like we have lived our lives for other people.
Yes, always.
And it's one of those things to where it's like 40, that's middle-aged.
I'm still young. I don't know about you.
But it's such a conflicting feeling because in my head, I'm still 20, you know, like,
Yes.
like truly. And it's like, but I understand that I'm 40 and I'm okay with being 40. But it's so conflicting up here, you know, again, having to be tested for all kinds of things and being like, why? Like, I'm young.
Yes, because that's the example, right? You started your health journey first, turned 40 in September, and just got on your kick and started her health journey and doing all the things. So I got interested, right? Because I actually turned 40 first. I turned 40 this summer. I was like, okay, well, Michelle's doing all these things. And then she went and started doing the hormone replacement therapy. And I was like, I'm going to do that because I'm 42. However, I went in knowing I had it in the bag. I am a smoker. I do smoke cigarettes. So I just assumed what I was going to find out was my lungs were bad. You know, you got some asthma, maybe some COPD, whatever. So I had the shit in the bag, right?
Right. Yep.
No, ma'am. And no, I do not. So then now I'm in a position to where I'm learning things about myself and I'm like, hold on, I'm too young.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm way too young for all of this. Like, why are we doing this? I'm learning more about my body. And then that's another reason why we wanted to do this too, right? It is so important to go. It is so important to go check on yourself because you could be like me and think you got it in the bag and things might not be in the bag like you think they are. I know insurance is a big deal. I know having money is a big deal. I know it's not as accessible as we want it to be, the type of situation where you have to make it.
And also, I need you, look at me, look at my face. I'm dead ass serious. Women, we have to be our biggest advocates. You have got to speak up for yourself. I was so upset and so heartbroken with the amount of people in my comments saying my doctor won't even... I asked to have my hormones tested and they said no. What the fuck do you mean no? You pay for your insurance.
You're working for me.
Your doctor is a service provider. Who are they to say no? Who's insurance to be like, that's out of network? That shouldn't be a thing. You've got to fight and stick up for yourselves. Oh, it's all so much. And it, like, my blood pressure is going up right now thinking about it because, like, what do you mean? You won't even talk to your patient about this.
And that's why it's also important to know that you can hire and fire whoever you want.
Absolutely.
If you have a doctor that you feel like is not listening to you, move on.
Yep.
Find somebody better. Find somebody that you feel heard. When you leave that office, you feel heard. I just switched to 2 new physicians, both women. So I'm very pro women. I'm not here to bash anybody. There are good male doctors out there. I had one for many, many years. I am grateful that I went somewhere and I felt heard. Yeah. I think that, and that's why I do like having the female doctors more. They stop and they listen and they pay attention. But if you're leaving and you don't, not even if you just don't feel heard, don't feel like you accomplished anything in that visit, then you probably didn't. I went into my physician thinking I only wanted to address a certain thing. I left feeling so fulfilled, so heard, and she addressed things that I wasn't even paying attention to. You're paying too much attention to this, but this is going on too. And why hasn't anybody ever addressed this? Those are the kind of doctor's appointments that we need, especially, I mean everybody needs those.
Everybody.
Not even just women, not even just at 40, just Everybody needs to be able to be heard.
That was the thing with me. It never bothered me having a doctor that didn't put any time or effort or care really into my care. I didn't care about myself. Just like, oh, I should probably go to the doctor, or I'm sick. I mean, that's really the only time I'd ever go to the doctor. Get a little Z-Pack, good to go.
And made to trust them, right? No
Yep.
matter what the situation is, when you show up, you tell them what's wrong, they tell you how to fix it, and then that's it. They have to be right because they are a doctor and they said so.
And I go in talking about heart palpitations. Oh, you're obese.
And have some anxiety. Here.
Yeah.
Here's a psych med
Yeah,
for
here's
some anxiety.
Amphetamine.
Yeah.
I mean, this will give you some energy and you'll lose weight. It's perimenopausal symptoms is what was happening.
You know, you and I both just found out about perimenopause. And we just hear about menopause, but you barely even hear about that. We don't hear about menopause in school in our health classes.
Like, why are we not taught about that?
My mom told me a little bit about hers while she was going through it. It wasn't a conversation that we had, like, you're going to have your period, you're going to go through menopause.
I won't have a period one day.
Now, here's the in-between. It fucking sucks. So then, now I'm worried, like, is menopause going to be worse than perimenopause? Because I'm not having fun already.
I don't even know. I haven't gotten that far. I still have really been, like, it has truly blown my mind. I know we've already talked about this, like, not on this. My grandparents raised me. So my grandmother, like, she's not going to talk to me about menopause because she's old school and also been through all of it. You know, my mom never talked to me. And then it clicked with me. I know a lot of you know my mom passed away. My mom died at 36. That is really, that has shifted my perspective when it comes to my mom's death. And it's time to schedule my classes. That's sorry about that.
It's a 40-year-old thing.
Yeah, I have to set an alarm 1 minute before. Anyway, because again, I got to do what I got to do. My health. But just how young my mom actually was when she died. She wasn't even at perimenopause. Nothing. 36. I have surpassed my mom's life by 4 years. I'm 40 years old. That's crazy.
That is wild.
That's so 36 because I've always just viewed like that was my mom, you know, she's older. And to think that I am old and I'm coming on to things now that she's never even experienced, dude.
That is wild.
That's so crazy to think about.
Oh, that's my daughter. Oh, I'm supposed to go to the store today because we are making baked potato bowl of like a broccoli cheddar soup. So it's like the potato, I put the broccoli cheddar soup in there, and then I put the mashed potatoes on top. Potato.
Yeah.
And then, hey, I can make a TikTok tonight. I haven't made a TikTok in a really long time. Talk later.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom. Here's her name.
TikTok.
Here's her name. That's another thing. Respect hustles. When I was a waitress for 14 years, people would be like, oh, but like, what do you want to be? Like, what is it that you want to do? I want to be able to enjoy my job. I want to be able to make a decent amount of money and still have time to do things and hang out with people and see people and be able to, I don't know, not miss any of my kids' games. You know, I always feel so bad for parents. Unless I was sick, I haven't missed anything of my son's. I've been doing social media full time for 5 years, and people will be like, get a real job. What do you mean? What exactly do you mean by that? Go make somebody else rich?
Yeah.
And work my life away until I'm 65, 70, and then I can retire and maybe live a few years?
I mean, and to be realistic, let's be realistic, it is a real job.
Not everybody can do everything. If you're good at something, then do it. Respect the hustle.
Absolutely. You can like what you do. Yeah. It doesn't have to be social media. It doesn't have to make you rich either. And if you're going to work every day and liking what you do, it doesn't feel like it's not terrible.
Right. And I'm not rich by any, please understand that. No. We are not wealthy. We are not anything like that.
I wish she was. Okay.
All Emily wants to do is be able to travel. I don't even have a passport.
No matter what, everybody's just trying to make it. Yeah. So respect to hustle is like definitely the statement. We're all just trying to make it. We're all trying to survive. And they are not making it possible to survive off just going to work and coming home. You have to put in overtime hours, and then you're still paying too much money in taxes, and then you still can't afford shit because the prices are going up, but your paychecks are not. Everybody needs a side hustle.
Yes.
We either need to start bartering.
I love a barter.
Or we need to have a side hustle. That's the only way you can survive, especially right now. I think everybody should be learning how to be self-sufficient. In the near future, they're going to have to do a lot more depending on themselves.
Even just like basics. Like people don't...
A lot of our kids are dumb. Just be honest. Yep. A lot of our kids are dumb. You know, if there's an apocalypse tomorrow, my kids are going to be all right. Grew up on a farm. So this is things that we just do. Especially anybody that's grown up in the city. I guess that's the people that should be the most nervous.
I'm an earth sign. Touching grass, getting my hands in the dirt, all of the pulling weeds.
Therapeutic for everybody if you got the fuck out of your house and soaked up some of that natural vitamin D anyways.
Like, how did we get here? Oh, men. Men. That's how we got here.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's for
a whole
another
nother episode.
Yeah. Men will look at me and just, they think I want to be a man, and they think that I hate men, and it's just like, those two could be so far from the fucking truth. I really don't want to be a man.
I'm here to say also, I do not hate men.
She loves them. She loves a man.
I do. But I'm not going to say they're not shit. They're shit. That's why I'm single.
And I can see a good, beautiful man. I don't want to fuck him. Never have. Never will.
I might.
Yeah. Not it. No, not me.
But the point is that we're not here to bash men or hate men.
It's a reality.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Men control everything. That's the truth. It's reality. And look where we're at.
Most men were conditioned to be that way. I understand why men are the way they are. They also have been handed so much entitlement, especially white men. It comes naturally for them.
Right.
It just comes naturally for them. But they are the problem. It is the problem. That specifically is the problem. Men hating women. It's subconsciously, you don't even know you hate women, but you do.
Right.
You do. And, women have lack of education, too, because they allow it.
I think a lot of religion ties into that, too. Being submissive. That's a whole nother thing, but being submissive to your husband. I'll see people that'll be like, God, my husband, my kids, in that order. What?
That debate on who gets their plate first. My kids always got their plate first. I don't read the Bible. I'm not religious. I don't follow a religion. I don't know what it really says in the Bible. I've read some of the Bible. I don't know what it really says in there. So when I say this, I don't know if this is exactly what it says because I don't read the Bible. But they say that you're supposed to serve your husband before your children. He's the superior. Why isn't he fucking serving himself? Why isn't he serving me?
Fix you a plate,
Strong
man.
Right. Now, I will also say, because I know there's people out there, probably my exes, that are like, bitch, you make plates. I do. And do.
Yep.
I absolutely do. I make my man his plate. When I was married, my husband, it was my kids, my husband, then myself. The whole plate making thing is surrounded, it's based off of a man. Reality is just it's a kind thing to do, and it doesn't matter who you do it for.
Right. Saying
that you need to serve your husband before your children, or you need to serve your husband before yourself, is telling me that I owe him something. No, I don't.
Right, that's weird. And I'm that person. It's just like, I love cooking, and I'll make food, and then I'll be like, all right, everybody get your plate, and then I'll get mine. Everybody else eats first.
Yeah.
It's always been that. Always.
That's where we both have a problem. We both have a problem because in both scenarios, Michelle, we both put ourselves last.
Yep. And that's another thing that we're
realizing.
Yes.
We're working on it. Discernment is so important for me. I think for you too. We've talked about it being important for you too. Deciding who you're going to help and who you're not going to help. Deciding who you're going to give your time and energy to and who you're not going to give your time and energy to. And I'm not talking about like financial things or anything like that. I'm just talking about friendships, relationships.
Yep.
You can love somebody and not give them all your energy because some people are draining.
Yes.
And they just suck the fucking life out of you, and they don't mean to. It's not intentional. And then you love that person, so you keep yourself around that person.
To your own detriment.
Right, because then you feel bad. But that's us putting ourselves last.
It's when it comes to the draining, my body's draining itself. So I have to be very just cautious who I allow into my bubble. That's just who I am. Is I take on other people's problems as if they're my own. I'm a helper. I'm a people pleaser.
It's part of being empathetic as well.
Yeah, and it's just something I've done my whole life. I myself have never had goals, dreams. I've never been, when I was younger, it was no, when I get older, I'm going to do this, or this is what I think this is going to look like. Never have I ever. What was I talking about? Ah, shit. Well, it'll come back to me. Maybe it might be another episode, but it'll come back to me. And never having my own dreams, to where any person that I'm around or I care about or love, it's like, they're like, oh, well, what do you like this? And I'm like, yeah, do you like it? Because if you like it, then I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't have like really like an opinion on anything, because are you happy? Great, then I'm happy because you're happy. My whole life, I've just put myself on a back burner. My whole life.
Like when I called you the other day. Crying, bawling, because I do not know who I am. You get so accustomed to being Your identity turns into you are a mother, an employee, a coworker, you are a friend, and then when you're not that, who are you? And I don't know.
And then you have me over here to where I'm the type of person to where it's like learning like the things that I've just always wanted, like my whole like family.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really big one. And then coming to the realization of creating a delusion. Like, and it has been one of the hardest pills for me to swallow, because you don't want to accept that this isn't how certain things are. This isn't how, like, it's not family. Like, just one-sided relationships where you would do for people that those people wouldn't even fucking think about you. And it's hard. Dude, it's hard. That's been a whole process. That can be for another episode too. And it will be another episode, because it's a really big major part of my life, and having to, from start way back in the day to where we are now, it's been life-changing, in a lot of amazing, great ways. And it's been really heartbreaking, because just coming to the realization and putting so much time and love and effort and like wanting family.
Yeah.
And
what we associate with family. Because that was part of being people pleasers, right? We did things for our family to make them like us. We wanted to be liked and loved by our families. We talked about pictures that Michele maybe had drawn to get a certain person's attention, or like certain activities that I did, like being in choir, because I knew that there was a certain person that, they approved of me when I was in choir, so I always made sure I was in choir. Our family, even people that are just supposed to love you, right?
Yeah.
They're just supposed to love you, and then you just don't feel like it, so you do all this extra shit to make them love you. So then when people ask you, do you love choir? Yes. Mm-hmm. I've done it in church, and I did it in high school, and I did it in middle school, and I went to this competition, but do you really love choir? I don't think I did.
My dad's wife, when I was little, would always just talk shit. Fuck you, bitch. Because I was such a tomboy. And her daughter was just, had this really long hair, and just like would take her to get glamour shots. I remember when Mother's Day came, and I went and got my ears pierced, because that was a girly thing to do. And I did that because it's like, here's a gift. Look at me, like changing who I am and things that I want, because it's like, look, I can be girly too.
She'll like
it. And again, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. I was a child feeling that way. There's such thing as acknowledgement. You can acknowledge that these things are happening, but I'm at the point of like accepting. Like, I acknowledge that this is, but it's like, it is what it, to where you get to a point to where it's just like, I can't anymore. This is too damaging to me.
Right.
This is something that only hurts. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. Sometimes you have to cut people off that you think that you would never cut off in your entire life. You have to let people go, because they are not aligning with who you are as a person. And if all it's doing is hurting or draining you, then it's time to cut ties.
Yeah.
It's time to let it go.
Scary.
It is scary, and it does hurt. We have also ended relationships, or maybe distanced ourselves from people that it does hurt that those people are not in our lives anymore, because it was nothing that was like, nothing terrible happened. People grow, and if you're not growing with me, or you're not keeping up the pace, then I have to leave you behind, because then you're... Mm-hmm. Correct, because then you're hindering my growth. You're stopping me from growing as a person. It's important to let those kind of people go too, because especially when you're on this journey of healing and growth, if you notice something about yourself, and then you're like, okay, so this is where I've been lacking. This is not okay. This is a toxic trait of mine. And you notice that, and then you also then notice you have a friend that enables that toxic in you. Mm-hmm. Or you have a friend that fuels that part of you that you don't want to be anymore. When you're trying to cut that off from yourself, you also have to cut that person off, because listen, if I don't want to be in drama all the time and chaos, and I'm telling you that this is something I'm stepping away from, and then I even present it to you like this is where I've been doing this for so long. I've created this chaos for myself, and I don't want to do that anymore. And you're continuing to do that for yourself, or you're not growing with me at the same pace, you're gonna hinder my growth. Because I'm gonna feed into you as a friend. Sometimes we try to convince each other, right? We've had these conversations with some of our friends, like, I need you to be this better person. I love you, and I want you to continue on this journey with me. I want you to continue to come, heal, and grow with me. They just don't.
And it sucks. I'm not here to choose your path and how you live your life. It's me. And again, it's just like it's I don't have anything bad to say. I just don't have anything. Best of luck.
Right.
Best of luck. Nothing but love. But I can't.
The journey that you're taking, you will have that awakening, that moment that clearly we've had.
Right.
Lots of people have. You just maybe have not gotten to yours yet. And I hope when you do, maybe we can cross paths again. Change has to be made. People have to make changes within themselves. If you want a better world, if you want all this extra bullshit, everybody hating each other, the whole fucking world catching on fire, if you want all that to end, you have to work on yourself. Adjust, educate, and be willing to change. You have to be willing to change.
Different perspectives are really, really, really important. That's another main reason why, doing this. It's good to get different people's perspectives, like I love talking to people with different perspectives. I love it. I'm not here to argue with you. I want to learn. I want to see where it is that you're coming from. I might agree. I might not. And we're different people. As long as you are not out here wanting to harm people or speak bad about people simply because they're different from you, like we need to normalize differences.
Yeah.
We will all always be different.
Learning how to communicate. Maybe, us doing this will help other people learn how to communicate, because Michelle and I don't always agree on everything.
Yeah. No.
But we know how to communicate with each other. I understand you. I hear you. And what you're saying is valid, but this is how I feel. And then, we do change each other's minds sometimes. We do take into account that, okay, so I do feel this way, but I understand where you're coming from.
I don't know why this turned off. Hello, test. Okay. Well, microphone died. Didn't know that was a thing. Goodness for the little tiny mic, right? Well, that was a clusterfuck of everything.
Right.
1,
2, 3, 4.
Exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yes, that means change. Listen, that could be a whole nother thing when I get on my soapbox. Like, bitch. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be on my couch, talking to all of you. It was a lot, but it was
an introduction.
That's right. And there'll be so much more to come, because we want to ask, won't you think with me?
There's lots to think about.
So much. And it's overwhelming. But guess what? We'll do a step at a time, an episode at a time, except this one.
Try to.
Try to. Yeah, except this one.
Our best.
Okay. Michelle.
Lisa.
Okay. Love you. Bye.